Kris here with another quick tip for you all. In this video, we are going to continue our look at painting a House Van Saar model from the Necromunda game system. And so as you can see here, the armor has been primarily done, and we're going to continue on with the flesh. Now thankfully there's only one little flesh point, as it basically is just his head. And so we're just going to concentrate on that. Of course, if there are any other little flesh bits on your models, on the rest of the gangers and such, you just pretty much follow these similar steps. Kislev flesh is the first color we're going to use here. We're basically just going to apply this right on top of the previous colors here. I'm not too worried about any of the little adverse effects, like the blue showing through or anything like that. In fact, the little bit hints of blue showing through the flesh tones actually would probably help if you were working really thinly and going for more of a realistic type style of skin tones. Bugman Glow is next. We're going to use a heavy helping of Alamian Medium, and we are also going to add a very heavy helping, of course, of drops there. We're also going to add 2 drops of Liquitex Flow Aid. This is to turn this into a shade wash, essentially, and basically the whole point of the Flow Aid is so that it creeps into the recesses and such. And as you can see here, we're basically just going to fill in the entirety of the head, going all the way around the head, and basically just applying the color as is, allowing it to creep into the eye sockets and the cheekbones and mustache details, and pretty much providing shade wherever we need it. Kislev flesh is next, and Bugman's Glow. We're going to mix these in a roughly 2-to-1 mix ratio, and of course I always say roughly because grabbing little dollops of paint on your paintbrush is not an exact way of measuring out paint, but if you are consistent, you will get consistent results. Basically, we're going to begin highlighting the areas. So to begin highlighting the face, I typically follow the eyebrows, the bridge of the nose, as well as the nostrils, the cheekbones, as well as that little, this guy has a little muscle that runs along the kind of from the nasal area down towards the mouth. So we follow that little tendon there, and of course the jawline and such, and of course in the top of the head. We're going to add a little bit more Kislev flesh to this, making this mixture roughly 3-to-1. And we're going to thin it out just a little bit with the dampness of the brush, and again continue on with our highlighting as we will do the brow, the furrow in his brow, the ends of his ears, cheekbones. He also has a little bit of eyelids as well, so we'll do those. Again, he kind of has this old man kind of look to him, so we're basically going to run with that, with his whole demeanor. Next is Kislev flesh, all on its lonesome. And again, we're going to begin following our similar kind of highlights, except this time we're switching over to our detail brush because these highlights, we're not going to go quite as far. We're going to concentrate most of the highlights around the eyes, mainly because the eyes are really the central focal point of the face, and so we want to concentrate on all these little details that are on the face. On the forehead, I also hit it with a little bit of the color there, and then I thin out a little bit of Kislev flesh into a glaze just to help build a little bit of better transition. I concentrate most of the color out towards the forward portion of the forehead. I'm not too worried about the back portion of the head, or the very top of the head or anything like that. I'm not going for a zenithal style kind of highlight or anything like that. Kislev flesh and pallid witch flesh. We're going to mix these in roughly a 1-to-1 mix ratio. This is going to be pretty much our final highlight on the face. And so these are going to go on very, very small, very, very deliberate, just really around the brows, the nose, the eyes, and of course if we could see his chin, but his chin got a little beard hairs and such, the nose, nostrils, the cheekbones, and a few of the little, or in the tips of his ears as well, and his forehead as well. We catch a little bit of the furrow in his brow kind of thing. And so basically we'll pick that out as well. I will also turn this into a glaze just to help that brighter transition occur on the top of the head. And so once we're done with that, we're going to come in with some Cadian flesh tone. And because basically what happens here is I've got all these little bright tones going on, and I want to kind of bring these all back. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this into a shade wash, as we have done previously, and I'm going to begin applying it to the majority of the details of the face. And basically what this is going to do is going to help marry all those transitions together, bringing the overall feeling down a bit, softening some of those highlights and such, and not so abrupt, but otherwise it will give us a much more subdued kind of look. You see there he's all kind of wet looking right now, but once it's dry, you can see he's got a much cleaner, kind of more natural kind of look. But that's it. Well, I hope you found that quick tip useful and informative. You can watch another quick tip today on MiniWarGaming.com's Vault. Just click on the link in the video description below to watch it right now. If you're not already a Vault member, you can sign up for a free 7-day trial. Be sure to sign up for the Silver membership, and that will give you instant access to over 1,000 painting tutorials already in our Vault. And again, thank you for watching, commenting, and subscribing, and happy wargaming.